We're explaining how to resolve the execution failed for task app, compileFlutterBuildRelease error in Flutter. This frustrating error often pops up during the release build process, preventing your app from being successfully compiled. Let's break down the common causes and solutions. 1. Gradle issues. This error frequently stems from problems with Gradle, the build system used by Android. First, ensure you're using a compatible Gradle version. Check your write single quote gradle-wrapper.properties, write single quote file, usually located in Android/Gradle/wrapper/, and make sure the Gradle version matches the requirements specified in your Flutter project's documentation. If there's a mismatch, update Gradle by downloading the correct version and then try again. If the error still exists, try cleaning your project using the command flutter clean in your terminal. Sometimes, corrupted Gradle caches can be the culprit. In that case, deleting the Gradle cache folder might help. Its location depends on your operating system. Usually it's found somewhere in your user directory. Search for a folder named write single quote.gradle, write single quote, and delete it. Once deleted, rebuild your project. 2. Dependency conflicts. Conflicting dependencies are another frequent source of this issue. Carefully examine your write single quote pubspec.yaml, write single quote file for any dependencies that might clash. Check for duplicate entries or versions that are incompatible with each other. If possible, update all your packages using Flutter Pub Upgrade. If updating doesn't work, try downgrading specific packages, one by one, to find the conflicting dependency and replace it with compatible alternative versions. Sometimes there might be conflicts between your Flutter project's dependencies and those of a third-party plugin you're using. Carefully check the documentation of any plugins you recently integrated. 3. Android SDK issues. Problems with your Android SDK setup can also cause this error. Ensure you have the correct Android SDK tools installed and configured correctly. Check your Android Studio settings to make sure the SDK path is set correctly and that the necessary build tools and platforms are installed. If unsure, reinstalling the Android SDK completely can sometimes resolve the issue. Remember to restart Android Studio after any SDK changes. 4. Insufficient disk space. A seemingly simple yet often overlooked reason is a lack of disk space. The build process requires significant storage. Make sure you have ample free space on your hard drive, especially in the directory where your project is located. Delete unnecessary files to free up space if necessary. 5. Network connectivity. During the build process, Gradle downloads necessary dependencies. Poor or intermittent network connectivity can disrupt this process and lead to the error. Ensure a stable internet connection throughout the build process. 6. Invalid code. In rare cases, the error might indicate a problem within your Flutter code itself. While less common, meticulously checking your code for syntax errors or other potential issues can sometimes be necessary. If you've tried all of the above steps and are still encountering the error, provide detailed logs and error messages in the support channels of Flutter or other relevant forums to receive more specific assistance. Remember to carefully mention all the steps you've already